Okay, today we're going to be looking at the greatest common factor in factoring. And this is going to have to do with the distributive property. A lot of times people call what we're doing today the reverse distributive property. So the first thing we want to do is say, what common factor do these two terms have? In other words, looking at 35x and 7, what is a number that will go into both of them? Well, how about 7? You'll see what I'm talking about here in just a second. 7 goes into 35 5 times. 7 goes into 7 1 time. So if we do the distributive property, that would be 35x, that would be 7. So these two expressions are equivalent. The greatest common factor was 7. Okay, thinking about 25x plus 30, what number goes into both of those? Well, how about 5? And we would have 5x plus 6 because 5 times 5 is 25. 5 times 6 is 30. On this one, we could take out a 2. It's a little bit different because we would have a negative 4x plus 1. And if we looked at that, 2 times negative 4 is negative 8, and 2 times 1 is 2. Now, what if we took out a negative 2? We would have 4x, but in this case it would have to be minus 1. So all three of these expressions are equivalent to each other. Okay, this one's pretty easy. We can take a 2 out of each one, and we'll get 5x minus 4. 2 times 5 is 10. 2 times 4 is 8, and it's going to be a negative 8. And here's our last one. On this one, I'm probably taking out a negative 4. If I do, I'll get x and then plus 2. Let's see how that works. Negative 4x, negative 8. So it checks. So that's how you factor using the greatest common factor.